First session at the track.
Back on track duty.
With the new markers, new surface.
On track duty.
What's on the cards, coach? Oop.
What's on the cards as you just nearly fell over? Today, well, we've just been told we're going to be off the track in 45 minutes.
Yeah, no idea.
So, a few 800s. 8 to 10 800s, 45 seconds rest. Not breaking the bank. Just obviously we're in Ironman prep, so we're just trying to get a little bit of speed back in the legs. It's absolutely boiling hot, and we're both bald, so we've got our hats on, so we don't burn our Swedes. And yeah, wrap the day up back at HQ with probably a little bit of a cool down back there because we won't get time to do one here. So yeah, away we go. It's Avit. How's the body feeling, mate? So give us a little bit of an update on the body.
Well, do you know what? I woke up this morning. We did some squats yesterday, which I usually my best.
Put it this way, my 5-year-old son pretty much out squatted us both.
Yeah, yeah. And the knees actually felt better than they did last week after squats, so I felt alright. But as the day's progressed, the knees are definitely a bit stiff, and the glutes have got some serious DOMs from the lunges we did yesterday. So I've not got high hopes for some fresh legs here, but you never know.
Right, so it's a boiling hot day.
Yeah.
How are you going to control that for yourself? So how are you going to control keeping cool? And what would you say to anybody else who's, you know, unexpected weather, it's not something regularly training? How would you combat that?
Plenty of fluids. Even in your rest period, if you're dousing yourself with cold water, regulate that core body temperature as best you can. Don't expect to be breaking records. If your perceived effort's a touch high or your heart rate's a touch high, it's completely normal. Plenty of water in you. You're probably going to sweat a bit more, so take that into consideration when you're thinking about getting back into getting the fluids back in and your electrolytes, your sodium and everything. Always account for that as well, so lots to consider.
Let's have it.
How was that then, coach?
Oh, it was a warm one, ultra. Yeah, it felt alright actually. Obviously, this is Dan's channel, but I have been carrying a bit of a injury, so it's the first time on the track sort of pushing off that foot. So
yeah, I was a bit concerned about that leading into it. So what's the feedback on it?
Well, obviously Dan's pretty clued up in the world of sports therapy, so I thought it'd be a good idea to almost use it as rehab. Like every time I've introduced something new on it, it's always been a little bit sore, but then it's been better for it. I think it's just jumping on the back of Dan's feedback. It's sometimes good to stress it just the right amount, as long as you're recovering and it's not hampering everything else going on in the week.
Same principle you apply to anything.
Yeah, so I think I just probably overloaded it enough. I definitely wouldn't have wanted to do any more reps.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you feel?
Yeah, as suspected, felt pretty tough. RPE was probably higher than what I wanted it to be, but it'd be interesting to have a look back at the numbers, see where we are. We're pretty fatigued going into the session as well, so
I think what's really interesting is that me and Dan ain't got anywhere near this kind of work for months, and obviously we're preparing for this Ironman and we're tying it in with trying to build a huge base. And I think for anyone out there who's sort of hammering these sessions week in, week out and maybe not seeing the progress, it's maybe time to come away from it, because I damn say from the numbers we've probably run today, we're probably close to our peaks leading into Worlds last year for speed, RPE and heart rate. So that's without doing any of it. So there's always more than one way to skin a cat.
yeah.
And it's important that you understand that a single workout means nothing, does it, coach?
Exactly
that system and how they fit into place with each other.
What can you do for the rest of the week?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you see so many people come to track, and whether it's an ego thing or it's a lack of understanding, I don't know, and they want to come and blast out sprints or repeats, 400s, 600s, 800s, way above their threshold, thinking that that's the way to bump your threshold up, and it isn't. It's just working 2 to 5% over it with the right amount of rest, and your body will adapt to it. Like we've done that session today, and I dare say we'll be good to go with our aerobic work and our strength work tomorrow. So job done, if you ask me.
Happy days. Finish off his cool down before we get kicked off, and then back to HQ for core yoga. What a beautiful morning for Core Run Club.
Wait!
With the main man and the rest of the troops. Beautiful!
Beat the hill!
Beat the hill! Well done!
And we missed the turn off coming back.
Hello, hello. What a glorious day down at the farm. Look at that. Blue skies. Can't beat it for a Friday. And we're now going for, we've had Core Strong 6:30, PT with Han at 7:30, Core Strong at 9:30, and now we are heading to the lake for the first time in a while, I must say. Wetsuits on in prep, but we need to swim. We keep putting it off. We don't like doing it, so I'm off to Matty's now, and then we're heading to the lake to do stuff we don't want to do, because that's how you get better at shit. So yeah, but post Ironman, where I think I can speak on behalf of both of us, we're looking forward to not having to swim as much. So yeah, to Welton Waters we go. How are you feeling about this swim, coach?
Ecstatic. Like, I think if there's one thing that I could wish I was doing right now, it's swimming. That's how much I love it. But silver lining, look at the weather.
Someday.
So I'm just trying to imagine that I'm in Mallorca and all I'm doing is going for a nice steady swim in the Med. No, I'm not. I'm at fucking Welton Waters. Here we go.
Okay.
Say hello to YouTube. Say hello to YouTube.
Hello.
How was it, coach?
YouTube. As expected really, but it's never as bad as what you build it up to be. We got around, we was going at a decent clip, so can't complain. But we've got 6 loops in, ticks a box. And what a day for it.
So, for someone who doesn't really particularly enjoy swimming, and doesn't do high volume of swimming,
Yes.
what would you recommend to someone who's just going to come down to the lake? You know, are you someone who focuses just purely on distance or rhythm, or?
Well, over the last few weeks it's kind of been about building volume, obviously with an Ironman. You've got to swim 2.4 miles, 3.8k, so you need to know you can swim the distance, which is kind of what we was doing the first few weeks. Coming to the lake once a week, nudging that volume up, and then a couple of weeks ago swam the distance, and now something coach actually just said, should we maybe focus on frequency more than actual just volume really, because I find I get towards the back end of the session, I start fatiguing, form gets a bit sloppy, and I know I could fight through the distance tomorrow if I had to. I'd be better off maybe coming twice a week, focusing on efficiency rather than slogging out all the volume. So go with that.
Obviously those who watch know that we're incredibly busy, you know, we do a lot of training, work's busy. Work's very busy over the next month, and then we're trying to shoehorn in this Ironman as well, and so we don't always get the opportunity, do we, to come swimming, and you can certainly feel a bit sloppy early on, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I find like my shoulders, lats fatigue fairly quickly, and I mean I don't have the fancy goggles that tell me my pace, but I probably often start swimming a little bit quicker than what I showed. I need to just settle into it. Yeah, I do find that I'm getting into a bit of a rhythm, but then, yeah, back and forth. Sort of dip in and out of feeling good, but I think when we was going around then, I felt a bit sloppy. And I know you just said, like, just slow it down, which I did, focus on just technique and just my breathing and stuff, and then you gets round, you settle in, it's not too bad. So can't complain in the grand scheme of
Hey, and
things.
look at this. Look at all these different ages just out enjoying the sunshine of open water. Time for a feed and then back to HQ. Love it.
Oh, big yawn! Keeping him up, are ya? Call hybrid Saturdays. What a freaking session this AM, everybody. How did you find it, Jake?
It was a good one, that.
It was a good one.
Yeah, a sweaty one.
God, it was a sweaty one. They are mega sessions.
Feeding the plants or watering the plants.
Yeah. Nah, we'll pass where we stayed. A bit further on. Giving the gaffer the tour of Widensea. Howdy doody, howdy doody. Hey, I don't actually know where I go up to actually with this weekend, with this weekend's footage, because I know when me and Jake was recording in the car, the battery died mid clip, so I don't know where that got up to, but I'm sure I'll see when I mean by the time you're watching this I'll have realised and edited it, so it'll be seamless and like it never happened anyway. So, but it is currently Sunday after. We're giving the Chariots a good wash. Mr. K. Boardman, don't you worry, we're looking after her, and I do love her. So we've been putting some miles in today. The gaffer came out my ends from Roos and we just did a couple of loops, 3.5 hours, and then about 11k run off the bike, so rounded off a very good weekend's work. We had a car hybrid yesterday morning and then a long run with some tempo efforts in it, or race pace efforts, so it's been a big old weekend. So quick clean of the bike and then we're going to watch the footy, and that's going to round the weekend off nicely. So we're now 5 weeks out from Ironman, so we're really getting into the business end of it now, so it's very exciting. So yeah, really big weekend next weekend. Probably do the iron distance with a half marathon run off it, so that'll be the last big one. And then the gaffer says we start priming with race pace intensity for the last sort of 4 weeks leading into Italy, so it's all go and all good fun and we're enjoying the prep. The body's just about held now, knees are a bit sore, but we're getting there. So yeah, that's where we are, and we're loving it. So thanks for watching, everybody. And we've been a little bit slack on the GoPro footage, I must say, so sorry about that. But I've been extremely busy. A lot going on at Core HQ, exciting stuff. And obviously a lot of training going on. We're sort of late teens and we've even had some 20+ hour weeks of training. So plenty of content to go at, but I've just not been proactive picking the old GP up, so that's on me. But we'll find our way, won't we? Don't want to force it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for another Dumfitness Vlogs. Ciao, ciao, bye.